Do you think, turning back to immigration, are you finding that when things are like they are now, when politically, that it is good for business, bad for business, same? What are your thoughts on that?
That's such a loaded question because, nobody wants to say that a challenging time, a time that could be challenging for clients is good for business. I think a reality with law is we're always helping people who have problems. And so that's what our role is, whether you're defending people that are charged with crime, whether you're helping people who have been in a horrific accident. And so I think the reality of business is busy can exist without feeling icky about it. I don't want people to have problems, but when they do, I want to help them. So, yeah, there are, kind of ups and downs of business related to what's going on, policy, and the political environment. I think that there's also one of the things that really exists now that more so than in the past was the ability to communicate with potential clients, through social media, through video, things like that. And so getting real helpful information out versus some of the negative messaging that's out there now. So to be more specific with immigration, there are crazy things happening. I mean, it's well documented. And by crazy, I mean things that are new actions that aren't consistent with federal law and policy. And so it's really been very news catching. And so there's been these, arrests of people with green cards and so on and so forth. And so when you have that in the media, it does scare people. It has a chilling effect. We've had a lot of consultations with people who have good cases, but they're reticent to go forward because they're seeing news stories of people being arrested at their citizenship interviews and sent to detention. So, really focusing on combating that with accurate information is something that we're really working on now. And the existence of social media and digital marketing and video and things like that just create a lot of avenues where it's easier to get solid information out. And so, if we're able to do that and we're able to identify people that can be helped, then, yeah, that translates to us being really busy.
Yeah, and by the way, what I meant by good for business is more financial because I
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
yeah I talk to clients too about like with personal injury, what is good for business is bad for your health, and
Hmm.
what is bad for business is what is good for your health. And I tell them all the time, like I'm hoping that it's bad for business because that way, that means you're like I mean, I'm usually having the conversation before they're going to go talk to an ortho about potentially needing a surgery, and I'm talking about how like I'm hoping you don't need a surgery. I don't want you to have to get that surgery because that means that you are healthier than what we think you might be. So, but the way you answered that was very very good.